because I've known you since you were, you know, back way when in the British Championship, coming through the one weight make championship.
Super teens, like the Aprilia Challenge thing. Yeah.
And you know, I mean, you've always had you haven't changed a bit, which you've always had that kind of, you know, Labrador effect of coming to the track and really enjoying it, and at night you'd be wheeling around and annoying people and having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that as a world champion you managed to keep that, because to be honest, you know, and Foggy will be the first to admit it, you know, and I followed his career, he wasn't able to enjoy when he was at the top.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm bringing you in here, Steve. It isn't easy because it's a big business and there's a lot of pressure on you, even right now. Even tonight, you'll be doing work and all the rest of it. But you're still managing right now to keep that kind of vibrancy about you and enjoyment, which I think for the fans is massive, because we watch you on a Sunday afternoon and you're doing what we want to do. So if we see you smiling, it does make a big difference.
Yeah, I think so, you know. And the way that I look at it is, people that come here, you know, I've always got time for fans, and always got time for people that come and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, I don't mean it in a bad way. They pay your wages.
Yep.
But they also have the same enjoyment that we have riding. You know, they're watching. Unless you're an injured rider, you know, you have the same amount of pleasure watching than what you do, you know, being on the track. So at the end of the day, you know, I love my job, and you can't. Someone who gets paid for doing the job they love, you know, why wouldn't I? But yeah, it is difficult, and when you're at the top, it's even worse, to be honest, because you have a lot more pressure, and people expect you to be at the top all the time. You know what it's like. But and some people don't really get being, you know, different bikes, and if you change teams or something, they expect you to be at the top again, but they're not the ones riding the bike. They wouldn't. I'm not saying they wouldn't know the difference between a Ducati and Yamaha, but you know, or Honda or Yamaha or whatever, you know. But you know, Steve, you know what it's like.
I'm a believer that you could take Ben Spies and put him on the Honda, and he probably wouldn't win, because you've got
Kawasaki.
Well, everything's got to align.
Yeah.
You know, the rider has to align with the tyres and the bike and the team, and then when that is in line, boom, you're on top of the world.
It's not easy to be at the top, because people are always, no, I'm not saying on your back, but they're the first ones to knock you down, but they're also the first ones to say, oh, well done, you know. So it's difficult, but I always have a smile on my face because I love what I'm doing. So,
but also, go ahead.
No, and whether, you know, people are saying I'm not doing a good job or not, you know, that's up to Yamaha to decide, not anybody else.
Yeah, and corporately, I mean, obviously your hope is to go and follow in the footsteps of Ben, get into MotoGP or Moto2 to start with, and move up. And, you know, it's going to get more and more serious. I know that's your ambition, but you know also the pitfalls of how serious it's going to get. World Superbikes, let's face it, is a lot more laid back than what MotoGP will be.
Yeah. But, you know, luckily I've been in factory teams for quite a few years now, and you know, some people will say deservedly so, some people will say not. But at the end of the day, you know, I get to know how the Japanese work. I haven't yet been with an Italian manufacturer, but I get to know what the Japanese want from being with factory, you know, people around me. So, you know, I know how, I'm not saying I know how it works when you go to GP, but I also know what you can and can't do, you know. Right. And going to GP isn't necessarily the team that is more pressure. It's more the paddock and the fans, and you know, and the whole
TV
stuff that goes. Yeah, you know. But that's what I get paid for. And
I don't see the overarching fascination with MotoGP, because I don't think all the best riders are there.
No, I don't.
It's
but,
you know,
I'm not slating any riders. I'm not saying that they're not deserving of their job, because everybody that's there, he's there for a reason. But I think you've got 5 or 6 guys here that would not be finishing, you know, the bottom 5 or 6 in MotoGP. I think you'd see them definitely giving some of the front guys room for that money. You look at what Ben's done. Ben has been phenomenal, and he was here, and he still is there. You know, he's had a couple of bad races, but he's got a lot to learn, and he's going real good. And that's, you know, I truly believe, and you know, he wasn't on the best package here last year, but I think everybody knows that. And he's gone there, and he's still on a privateer bike, but look at what he's doing, sort of thing. I think, you know, but then again, as I said, the game's been up this year in World Superbike, and I think there's 5 or 6 guys that could go there and do very well.
Yeah, because it's crazy this year how many people are covered by 1 second. You know,
Yeah.
you're 9/10 off the pace, and you're on the 4th row.
I remember in Valencia this year, there was 16 guys within 2/10, and the cut-off for Superpole that was, and we were like, what? You know, as in the whole lot. James was not even a 10th off being the fastest guy, and he got knocked out the Superpole, the last Superpole. It was incredible,
insane,
you know, and that's all credit to the championship as well, you know. It's brought close racing, and it's good, you know, but I don't know why it's close racing. You know, I look at why people go around tracks at the same speed. Why? How do you manage to get 10 different manufacturers or 6 different manufacturers and 6 different riders, and they go around the track at the same pace? It's incredible
all from
how
different countries, all from different backgrounds. Yeah,
it's incredible how it does it, and
I'm glad you feel the same way.
It's pretty cool in a way.
Yeah. You know what? Dennis Noyes was telling me the margin of gap between first and second in this first half of the season is 0.9 of a second. Is less than a second.
The average gap.
The average gap.
Yeah. Well, you know, and thing was in Supersport last year, I used to have 1.5 over the next guy, or me and Eugene used to have 18 seconds at some races over third.
Yeah, thanks for that.
So, but you know, it's
so okay. Last year, when you woke up on a Sunday morning, you were worried only about one guy. So, how many now out of the top or out of the field? Well, actually, how many don't you worry about?
yeah. But now you say, if I came here, I wouldn't have been worried about Scassa. And look what he's been doing today. You know, no disrespect, but look at what he's been doing today now. So it's everything changes all the time, and you know, you got to keep on your toes in this championship, because there's 10 guys that can win a race 100%, and I know there hasn't been 10 different race winners, but there definitely could be.
Don't want to exhaust the guy, but we can sit here all night.
I'm off.
Shit, yeah. yeah.
Listen, thanks for coming in.
No worries, thanks.
Prediction, hey, you know, I know you were there, you had the pole. Just a bad start last time in South Africa. Was that a reason that once you got that bad start you couldn't go, or is it, you know, if you can get the start you can be with them and go?
You can't get the start with the Yamaha. It's as simple as that.
Is it that
so
way?
bad. Yeah,
Okay.
they're bad off the line.
So we won't have a go at you then.
But with the geometry of our bike, it wheelies a lot, you know, and as soon as you let the clutch out, the anti-wheelie cuts in. So you know, getting a decent start is.
We got a long straight now. You got a lot of time to sort it out.
Yeah, but
and it doesn't stop. So
the best thing
it's perfect.
The best thing here is there's so many passing opportunities. It's a great passing opportunity track here. So
really,
you'd see some.
Now, here we were ready to quit, and then you talk about that. Like, there are tracks where
you're here for another hour. Do you want some dinner?
No, I'll tell you now.
You watched a Supersport race from last year.
He's done 6,000 miles around here, and he's only going to ask you questions
but he's
about
never
passing
overtaken
on this
anybody.
track for him.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's got a lot of places to pass, and most tracks aren't like that.
No, Kyle Army, it is so difficult to pass there, really difficult. And if you pass, you're taking a big risk.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Where here, it's, you know, it's good, I think.
Yeah.
We just have to, you know, get away and see what we can do.
All right,
Superfragilistic expialidocious.
Thank you,
Cal Crutchlow.
Cal.
Thanks a lot, man.
Good luck tomorrow, man.
Best of luck. That
We'll
win
see
is
you in
coming.
the press room.
Do it for us.
All right,
What can you
gentlemen.
say?
Holy cow.
I can tell you're enjoying that.
I know. Holy ass. There was about another hour's conversation
I had to
right
cut him
there.
off.
I know
I had to
it.
cut him
off.
You
He
did
was
wisely
too
done,
smooth.
Steve. Wisely done. I think then we're done.
We're out of here.
Are we? Golly, we've been going for 2 hours.
Your last question. It's the usual thing for the preview show. Come on.
Okay, who's
Put him
gonna
on
win?
the spot.
Who's gonna win?
Cal Crutchlow.
Czech is going really good at the end of day
You
one.
heard what Johnny said about Checker.
Yeah.
One here twice already. Martin's just pondering now. This is dramatic.
You know,
pause.
I never like to have a go at this. It's always too difficult. Like these guys say, it could be any one of 10 100% winners.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, in the old days it was easy. You could actually cheat by looking and see who was going to win. But if I had to have an outside chance, Checker and perhaps Fabrizio will win a race. And Hager might finally make the podium.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Haas going to make the podium too.
Even though he's had miserable times here.
Yep.
So this is going to change it all.
Yeah, no, I actually spoke to him this afternoon. We said, and Michael Guy, the MCN, said, you know, you don't like this track, and he goes, this year, okay.